Coach.
Okay, first of all, I'm real proud of our team. The way we played, specifically in the second half. We've been talking all week about we've got to come out in the second half and play good football, and we did that. We dominated the second half. I think we were down by 3 at halftime. We played our best football game, and I'm telling you, hats off to SMU. They're a really good team. Coach Lashley is a great coach. We wish them nothing but best moving forward. And in defense, we played great red zone defense again. We held them to a couple field goals when it was really prime time. We had 3 4th down stops again. Our specialists played outstanding tonight. We had the 2 punts inside the 10 that were big with the field position. Our kicker, we were a little stressed with their number 0. He's a great return guy. We kicked it away from him. And then, our punt return game did a solid job too. So overall, real proud of our team. Like I said, we played our best game in the second half. We started opening up the offense. We hit some of the RPOs and got some rhythm going. So real happy for our team. Questions?
Would you say the offense at halftime, and what was the difference you saw in the second that you didn't see in the first?
First of all, they came out and they played some zero. They were daring us to throw the football. We were close. We had a little protection issue one time on one of the deep ones, and give them credit, they had us all balanced. They were throwing a lot of different looks and stuff like that. In the second half, we kind of settled down and we kind of simplified things on offense. And when we did that, we started to hit some of the RPOs, and we were able to run the ball with a wide edge and get good push. And so, and we had a couple of explosive plays in the pass game. When they were, playing man to man, daring us to throw.
Coach, talk more about Baker and O'Keefe, a 1-2 punch tonight.
Yeah, Baker. He did a really good job on some of the RPOs and did a good job running after he caught it. And then O'Keefe, obviously, the big touchdown, was big. And then, of course, he got to the edge, and he's dynamic with the ball in his hands. And that, the little speed sweep right there, that kind of put the game away right there. But we talked about our best players need to play their best games. And this conference, we're 1-0 in conference. That's a very good team. Last year they beat the snot out of us. And Coach Lashley is a great coach. That offense is scary. How fast they went. So just our defense did a really good job after we settled down.
Coach, on Monday we talked a bit about going into the game, being 3-1, but the biggest thing that seemed to be frustrating was points being left on the field.
Yeah.
What were the little differences?
Red zone offense. We've always prided ourselves in being good in red zone offense, and you look statistically, we're one of the worst in the country. And I've said that's kind of the tough deal, and that's on me. And so we got to get it corrected. We did better tonight. I'm real proud of our guys. We'll continue to get better in that area. We played good, clean football. There was a couple penalties. But when you're playing man-to-man, you're fighting. Those are 50-50 balls, and our guys were really competing for the ball and trying to challenge the guys. And, that team, they gave TCU all they wanted now. And so they're a really good football team, and we played really good in the second half.
Guess Isaiah seems to be just kind of chipping away when it comes to running. What's been a style this year, and what's kind of stood out to you about his performance?
I was real proud of our line. They started to lean on it, and Isaiah really is the way he's finishing runs. And this is a new offensive line too. With 2 new guys and one of our guards, or one of our tackles moved guards. So they're starting to settle in, I think. And when we're able to run the football, we talk about being balanced. When we're balanced, we're a good offense.
Coach, you talked about they beat the snot out of you last year.
They did.
Is this a symbol as to how far this program has come?
Last year, if you think, we were pretty beat up. We were pretty beat up, and we were hanging by a thread, and they were really good. That quarterback's outstanding. He's one of the best in the country, I believe. And, we're playing at home. We're a different team than we were last year. We're still growing. We're still improving. I always tell our guys, at the midway point, you draw a line in the sand, and very few teams actually get better from that point. And most of them kind of tail off, and we got to be that team that got better. And the good thing is, this game we got better, and we played our best game overall. But really, it was more of the second half. The first half was a little bit sloppy in some areas, but the second half we played really good, clean football.
Also, what's it mean to start out the conference schedule like this?
No, it's big, especially playing at home, and I appreciate our fans so much. Our fans were unbelievable tonight, and really appreciate it, especially on a Wednesday. We had the game on Sunday, Saturday and Sunday, and then they're here showing up, and well, that was really special to our players and our coaches.
Gus, in the second half specifically, on both sides of the ball, does this show the potential of what this team can really be?
I think so. I think, when we're able to run the football and play action and, hit an RPO, hit some explosive plays and stretch the field, we didn't play with as much tempo, but that was by design because, man, we wanted to try to keep them off the field as much as we could too. So each game will unfold a little differently, but I like where our offense is heading.
Considering how much, little things and details that you guys had to work out, and then dealing with the storm and all that going into this, what's this say about the identity of your team, Coach?
Tell you what, it was definitely, the mental and emotional toll that the hurricane, that was real. And I really appreciate Terry and our administration, our president, being sensitive to that, pushing the game back to Wednesday, and it really was in the best interest, I think, of everyone. And it was big because if we would have had to play that thing earlier, it would have been extremely tough, on our players.
You talked about how their quarterback, Tanner Mordecai, was one of the better ones in the country. They also have one of the better wide receivers in the country in Wright and Rice there. You end up limiting Tanner Mordecai, though, to no touchdown passes for the first time since he joined SMU. So what was the key, do you think, to stymieing that SMU pass?
Our defensive backs took a challenge. I mean, we manned them up a lot. A lot of people play zone. We try to man them up. We got some really good DBs, some really good corners, and they took it personal. That kid is an outstanding player. I mean, he's one of the best receivers in the entire country. I think we battled them. And we tried to challenge them. And that was really Trav and his defensive staff had a great plan because that's a scary group to get ready for.
What can you say about Andrew Osteen? He hadn't been punting as much, and he was able to pin him deep, and especially helped help the defense force the safety.
That was two of the bigger plays of the game, because you're down there, and I think it was 4th and 5, and you're saying, well, should we go for it, or should we not? And just kind of feeling how the tone of the game was going, how our defense playing. I just felt real strong that, man, if we can pin them back there, we'll get great field position. We got the safety. That was huge right there. That kind of helped change the game too, but Osteen did a great job, and we did a great job covering it too. And I can see our special teams getting better, and so that's really exciting for me.
Can you give us some sense of the emotional and physical toll that the hurricane, the challenges it did provide in terms of preparation?
Yeah, it was. We tried to practice right before it hit, and it was a challenge, because you're worried about your families, other families, your players, their family. Like, there's a lot of things that go with. And that was my first experience, and it was a challenge. And even when you get back, it felt weird there for a day or two, and then finally we kind of started getting into routine. And credit to our coaches and our players to be able to be focused to play like they did tonight.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about the ball placement and accuracy from John Rice in the second half that allowed the receiver to catch the ball and get yak? It was pretty good for that second half.
Yeah, it really was. They were really loading up early, playing zero coverage when we were in 12 personnel, and we felt like we had a little slant to the boundary. We hit that about 4 or 5 times. Almost hit one late right there, and then of course O'Keefe. Then they were singling him, so we went to him, and he did a great job out there on the perimeter. And John Rice made some good throws, with the game on the line,
Coach, this is the first time that you lined up against Rhett Lashley. Of course, you coached him when he was in high school. What does it mean to you to be able to coach against him tonight?
Rhett's family. Rhett is a super coach. Rhett, has helped me get to where I'm at. I mean, he's helped me, all the way Auburn and Arkansas State and all that. So, we don't play each other. I'm rooting for him, and he's a great coach. And that team, he's going to get better and better. And so always rooting for him.
What can you say about Javon Baker and his play? How he was able to juke some guys and get some major yak?
Yeah, they were playing him outside leverage, and so we kind of hit little slants inside. He made a great catch. Probably the best catch was the one when they were playing outside leverage on 3rd down, and John Rice threw a great back shoulder on their sideline, kept his feet in. But he's a guy that when he wants the ball, he attacks the ball, and he played really good tonight.
Coach, your team goes 1-0 in conference play. Just talk about the importance of starting off the conference slate with a win.
Yeah, that's what it's about. I mean, I told our guys at 3-1, non-conference, it doesn't matter what happened before, good and bad. It's time now. I mean, it's conference time. You got to raise your level. Championship teams raise their level, and so just encourage them. And they had a good week of practice, and they came out here, and like I said, I couldn't be more proud of them. We're 1-0, and we're going in the right direction. Thank you.
That's great. Thanks.